All right, cool. Number one, thanks for, well, the three people who came to the class this morning, probably short notice, but I kind of whipped this up together because I had a number of people who have been asking about these videos. In fact, I had somebody from the East Coast, uh, come to me and schedule an appointment to do a digital audit. And the funny thing is she found my videos on YouTube, and and then she asked, when are you going to finish it? And I was like, oh, yeah, I haven't finished it. I should probably do that. So I kind of whipped this up together. And it's a good thing I did too, because some things have changed when it comes to Google Business Posts. Uh, so first things first, if you guys have questions, you can throw them over in the chat. If you're watching this on recording on YouTube, just throw them down in the bottom in the comments, and I'll try to address them as quickly as possible. We'll have a quick little Q&A session after this too. So if you've been to any of my past classes before, what I'm trying to do is put this into a little bit more condensed version uh, by topic so that it's instead of one big long 5-hour video on Google Business, we're breaking it down into a couple simple steps. And so if you don't know me, everybody on here probably already knows me. I've been helping real estate agents, Oregon, Washington for the last 15 years. Scary to think I've been doing it that long. And I've been a tech nerd for 40 years, you guys. 40 years as a computer tech nerd. July of last year, I left my corporate job, started my own marketing agency and two AI startups, which I'm in the middle of. And these are the same, what I'm teaching you guys today are the same tactics that people hire me to do for them. Okay. So I'm kind of giving you the inside track. Now, if you guys haven't got your ticket for the KFA event, jump in there and get your ticket. I think we're not quite sold out yet, but I know there's some VIP tickets still left too. But if you need more information on that, it's 2024 KFAsummit.com. There's a couple of different options. We have like a whole slew of options with the different tickets as well, and they start at like 147 bucks. This is like this event. If you were going to go to an event with this lineup anywhere else, it would probably cost you 400 or 500 bucks. Okay. So if you haven't got your ticket yet, go get it. And then one more thing before we get started. If you want me to do a digital audit for you, you want me to actually pull up, as painful as it might be, if you want me to pull up your Google Business and your social profiles and everything else, give you a quick little digital audit of where you are currently and maybe some tweaks or some improvements that you can make. Just go to larryhales.me. It'll take you to a scheduling tool where you can just schedule a quick little digital audit with me. Okay. This is all about posts and updates and strategies around it. We're gonna go into a little bit in depth into just posts. And the goal with this class is to help you improve your ranking and your conversion. As with everything that we do on Google Business, the goal is ranking and conversion. I want to put an emphasis on conversion with posts because that's where the big takeaway is on this. So, what we're going to do today, we're going to talk about Google Business Posts. We're going to talk about what they are, the different types, how they impact your local search, how often you should post on Google Business, which some of you probably don't even know that you can post on Google Business, but like how often you should be. We're going to talk a little bit about the anatomy of a post and what kind of goes into these posts and how to make the most of them. And then I found a couple of free scheduling tools that you can use to actually schedule posts days, weeks, months in advance. So that way you don't have to go in every single day and create a post. We can just schedule them out. And I have this genius idea because one of these post schedulers includes artificial intelligence built into it. So it'll actually help you write the post and schedule it out at the same time, which is absolutely genius. Okay, a little bit about Google Business Posts and where they are. So if you're familiar with the knowledge panel over here on the right-hand side, these are the posts that show up at the bottom of your knowledge panel. They're designed really to engage your audience, on search and on maps and give you options to create news articles or promotions or events, those kinds of things. And the goal of these posts is to really engage and convert your viewers into taking action on something. Okay. You can also say things in there like what's new and exciting. In fact, I've got 30 post ideas for you guys coming up here at the end if you stick around. Now, what Google business posts are not, they are not social media posts. This is not a news feed. Okay. We're not going to post pictures of our dog in here unless your dog is standing next to a for sale sign, then that's cool. You could probably post a picture of your dog or your goat, right, Cammy? If you have a goat, you can post a picture of your goat next to a for sale sign. But the whole goal with these, remember, is the ideal clients are they're in a transactional mindset. So we're going to put things in front of them to get them to interact, right? And because they're in a transactional mindset, what we want to do is we want to tailor our posts specifically on Google Business to showcase your services, your listings, your expertise, your market, all of those things is kind of what we want to do. Is so when somebody's searching for a real estate agent near me, and they find you and they see all of these posts. It's kind of like I say Google Business is like if you own a shop, Google Business is your display windows up front that get people to walk in the door. Okay. And your posts play a significant part of that front window. Now, where do they rank as far as like local impact? Not super high. Okay. They're not going to help you rank higher in the map pack. They just won't. They're towards the bottom of that. But what you'll notice on here is the quality of engagement. And that's what they mean by that is the signal. So when somebody's clicking on these posts, that signals that your Google business is pretty responsive and up to date. That does rank you higher. So it's kind of a catch-22. If you have more posts, you're likely to rank higher, but they don't necessarily help you rank higher unless they're being clicked on and engaged with. And then the conversion rate or the conversion factors, this is really where I want to focus because it's not the ranking that's going to help you, it's the conversion that's going to help you. And the posts are designed specifically for conversion because they have calls to action built into them. Okay. I'm going to show you that here in a second. Now, some interesting data on these is you can see the frequency of Google posts or keywords in Google posts. Interesting note, back here, you'll notice local pack ranking factors. Keywords in your Google post do not help you rank higher. Okay. And then some interesting data here is the post justifications. This one right here, presence of Google post justifications in local search results. Now, what justifications are is when somebody's searching for a real estate agent in Vancouver, Washington, and you have a post that talks about being a real estate agent in Vancouver, Washington, that could show up as a justification in those search results. So I think I look at data as far as I analyze the numbers and see what works and what doesn't. And for me, the conversion factors are far and away the best reason to do this kind of stuff. Now, post types. Okay, there's 3 different post types in Google Business. You're only going to use 2 of them. Okay, the ad update is just simply a post, and it could be just about anything. The ad offer, you're probably never going to use the offer if you're a restaurant and you're doing like a special or offering 10% off in the month of March or something like that. Then you could use the offer, but I don't see offers as really being used by your industry specifically. But events, we're going to talk about events too, because you can actually post events on here and they show up on the Google Calendar as like a local event, which is kind of cool. So this is the anatomy of a post. I call it the anatomy because here's what it looks like, and here's the kind of the things that you really want to focus on. Number one, the photo, the creative elements. You're really going to want to focus hard on this one. The default size, 720 pixels by 540, or if you think about it in an aspect ratio, 4:3 aspect ratio. Super easy to remember, whenever you're creating something. And we're going to use AI to create some images here in a little bit. We're just going to tell it 4:3 aspect ratio. Boom, done. The description, you have 1,500 characters here, which is, I mean, you can do a lot with 1,500 characters, honestly. I think 1,500 characters gives you a good portion of the story or gives you the option to tell a part of the story. And if the story is going to go longer, let's say you created a blog post, you can put the first two paragraphs in here, and the learn more can be read the rest of the article below. They click to the call to action, which is our third piece of the post down here. And the calls to action, they have a whole bunch of different calls to action on this, by the way. They have you can not have a call to action. I don't know why you wouldn't. Uh, Bottom line, if you wanted a call to action, put call, because I mean that's one of the best calls to action right there. But I don't know if people actually call people from a phone and talk on the phone anymore. I think they just text, right? But you can do sign up, learn more, buy, order online, book. I think the ones that real estate agents in general would be using the most are probably like learn more, which takes them to a landing page or a website, and book. You might use book if you have a booking calendar and you're like, hey, if you want to book an appointment to uh, see what your home value is, you can use a booking calendar right there. Okay. Sign up, like if you had a newsletter and you were like, hey, I've got a list of all the best places to go listen to live music in Vancouver in the month of April. You could, click here to sign up to receive it on a monthly basis, right? That then you could probably use sign up. So there's a couple of calls to actions in there that you would use. Now, the events are very, very similar to updates. The main difference with events is you're going to have an event start time and end time, a start date and an end date, but you're still going to have the ability to create a caption right here, 1,500 characters. Again, I think you get 50, yeah, 1,500 characters. And then you also have a call to action. So, like if you have an event and you want them to come sign up for the event, we can use the sign up. If you want, like, hey, click on the link below to see more details about this open house. They can click on the open house. Here's where I think this could be really, really popular, specifically for open houses. Okay, so if you're doing an open house, turn this into an open house event for the weekend, right? And one of the call to action can be click here to see a list of all the rest of the open houses in the entire city, and it takes them to your website where you have a search set up with all the open houses currently active. Okay. Home buyer seminars. I know a couple of you that do home buyer seminars, and I I know somebody who just did one not too long ago and had 30 people to her first time home buyer Zoom. And so this is the perfect opportunity to create an event right here. Virtual tours. So instead of doing you can do a virtual open house or a digital open house and turn it in. And when they click the button, takes them to a YouTube video. Okay. Webinars, if you do any webinars, if you're doing any community events, those are also opportunities for events, event type posts. Okay. So the magic question here is how often should we post on Google Business? Most of you who uh, signed up for this class, you might not have even known that you can post on social or on Google Business. So, how often? I would say at a minimum once a week, at least once a week. You can post as often as once a day, multiple times a day. It really doesn't matter. But I think a minimum of once a week to keep your content fresh because typically posts only stay in your knowledge panel. They used to only stay for like 14 days, and now I'm seeing them stay for as long as 6 months in your knowledge panel. And after 6 months, they kind of go away. But the most recent posts in your Google business are going to show up first. So the most relevant information is going to be what they see first. And if they're going to your Google business and they see that you haven't posted anything for 4, 5, 6 months, um, it's just not, it might not just be relevant information, right? Or it might be outdated information. When you're using events, it prioritizes those events in your feed first. And then after the event date, it still shows up on there, but it doesn't prioritize it. So it kind of sends it off to the back of the bus. Okay. So that's how often uh ideas. Here's the thing, guys. There's a ton like you guys are have so much content available at your fingertips. I went into ChatGPT and I just said, "Hey, I'm a real estate agent and I need uh, 20 Google post ideas. Like, what are some ideas?" And so here's what it kind of gave me is like featured property listings, open house announcements, just sold properties. I think telling the story on how you sold it instead of saying, "Hey, I just sold it, check me out. How awesome I am." Say like, "Hey, here's what we did to sell the house." That would be even better. Market updates, home buying and selling tips. Again, we're going to cater the content specifically to your ideal client or the target client that you're looking for. So if you're going after listings, we're going to cater the content specifically to people who are looking to either buy or sell a house specifically. Okay. Now, here's another good one. In that same booklet, down at the bottom, I gave you a Chat GPT prompt that you can copy and paste in. So that way you don't have to be an expert in Chat GPT. You don't even have to use Chat GPT Plus. You can just copy and paste this in, and then replace your city and your name with your city and your name. And here's how it works. I'm an experienced professional real estate agent in Vancouver, Washington, named Larry Hales. My voice tone is professional, and my writing style is informative. Give me 30 post ideas for Google Business Profile that would identify with my ideal client of, and then put in your ideal client right there. And if your ideal client is somebody looking to sell their house and relocate to another area of the country, put that in there. Okay. And it's going to give you 30 ideas on what to post. And on any of those posts, you can say, take idea number one and turn this into a post for Google Business using under 1,500 characters. Boom. And it's done. It's done for you, just like that. Okay. Uh, and then you could always edit it, make sure it looks good before, don't just simply copy and paste and throw it in there. Just saying, look it over and make sure it's cool first. And then scheduling tools. So check this out. There's a number of scheduling tools out there. Some of them are expensive, some of them are kind of cheap. I've found this one to probably be the best one so far. I've tested, I don't know, five or six of them, got free accounts. And by far, this one was absolutely the best one I've used. And they have a free plan, which is my favorite four-letter F word. And how it works is in here, you can schedule the post in advance, and they have an AI assistant that's going to help you write the post as well. So you just go into the AI assistant right here and type in what you're looking for, and it even gives you the ability to rephrase the things that you want to say, and it'll rephrase it for you. It'll make it longer, it'll make it shorter. So let me stop this screen share. I'm gonna pop over to my Chrome and change my sharing. Hang on just a second. Where did my Zoom go? There it is. We're gonna share screen. We're gonna Google Chrome. Okay. Nope, that's not it. New share. We'll go desktop one. Boom. There we go. So this is where I'm going to show you Buffer really quick, which is really, really cool. So here's Buffer. I'm going to go up here. Let me copy that. Let me get out of here. We're going to hit create. First, when you sign up for Buffer, it allows you to connect up to 3 different social medias. Okay. And you can schedule the same post to all 3 of these at the same time. If you want to go to the more advanced version, they have the ability to add all kinds of new channels on here. Everything from threads to Facebook to Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, Google Business, Pinterest, Mastodon. I have no idea what Mastodon is, but I'm going to go check it out. So all these things you can add to your list of things, so you can publish to all of them all at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit create post, and then I'm gonna select the one that I want to post to. So in this case, we're just going to say Google Business. And I'm going to pop down here to AI Assistant. It's going to say, cool, what do you want to write about? I'm going to say, here's the pro tip: include key points, your target audience, and your desired outcome for this post. Sounds a lot like an AI prompt, right? So I'm just going to say I'm an experienced professional real estate agent in Vancouver. My name is Larry Hales. My voice tone is professional. My writing style is informative. Answer this question. Let's question that home sellers have and include a call to action at the end. What increases the market value of your property? And I'm just going to hit generate, and it's going to create something for me. Let's see what it creates. To increase the market value of property, several key factors. Firstly, investing in renovations and upgrades can significantly boost the overall appeal. Okay, cool. Any unique features, highlighting any unique features, ensuring that your home is well maintained and in good condition. And in order to maximize your value, I recommend consulting with a real estate agent professional like myself. Okay. So now watch this. I can rephrase it. I can shorten it. Let's just tap shorten and see what happens. Cool. Short and sweet. We hit the insert button. We're good to go. Now the only thing we have left to do is add a photo. Okay. So let's say, let's add a photo and give us a call to action right here. So we'll just add a call to action of learn more. And of course, it's going to ask us what's the what's the website you want to send them to, Lair? We'll just say www.larryhales.me and we can say add to queue and we can schedule it. And look at this, it gives us a post scheduling. So we can go all the way out. I think it was like you can go almost like a year out, I think. So but it's crazy. So I think if you took 20, 30 minutes and you had some post ideas, you threw them in here and scheduled them out and answer those questions that are being asked by your ideal client. Okay. And it's not hard to figure out what people are asking. It's their questions that you get asked all the time, right? So check this out. I used Ideogram, which is another free tool. And I said, I need an image that depicts an older couple downsizing, standing in front of a smaller house. And these are AI generated images, you guys. Scary, huh? So now I don't have to go find go to Pexels and get a stock photo. I don't have to go buy a stock photo. I don't have to have, you know, releases of anything, model releases. I can just put this into ideogram and say, I need an image that depicts an older couple downsizing standing in front of a smaller house, and then hit generate. And now that photo I can use right here in my buffer. Okay, cool. And if you're a little bit more advanced user, you can use what's called Adobe Firefly. Okay, I use Adobe Firefly a lot, by the way. I think it's probably one of the best AI generation tools on the planet. You're gonna get pretty much the same results, but I think the results that come out of Firefly are way, way better. It's a paid platform, so it's one of those that you have to pay for in order to get, but it'll still work great. Now, show you really quick the Chat GPT prompt that I put in here. Here, I'm going to show you exactly how to use this. Let's restart. So let's copy this. Oh, come on. Give it back to me. There we go. I'm going to copy this prompt. Well, that's tricky to copy. Boom. Copy. Let's go over to Chat GPT and I'm going to show you how easy this is. We're going to do a new chat. I'm going to paste this in. How does Dolly in ChatGPT compare? I'm going to show you here in just a second, Bill, how Dolly compares. If you have the paid version of ChatGPT, then Dolly does a pretty good job. So, but it's going to give me 30 ideas for posts on my Google Business profile right here. Oh, I forgot to edit the post. Duh. Boom. Let's say in Vancouver, WA, if I can spell it. My name is Larry Hales. And let's see, identify questions of my ideal client of people relocating from Portland to Vancouver. Wow. And so these are questions that people typically would have if they're relocating from Portland to Vancouver. And it's going to give us post ideas for that. Absolutely genius. Cost of living comparison. Cool. So now I can tell it, uh, create a Google business post for number two. Discover your ultimate relocation guide. Making the move from Portland to Vancouver, you're embarking on a fantastic journey, place of scenic beauty. Why Vancouver? Here's what you need to know. Lower cost of living, stretch your dollar further. Cool. So it worked. All right. Now, if you're a paid ChatGPT user, you can say create an image for this post, and ChatGPT Dolly is going to craft an image for you on this post as well. They're not bad. Uh, I think Firefly does a way, way better job. Dolly is getting better, but I don't think it's quite there yet. And create an image. It's not creating an image. Hey, stop. Have Dolly create an image for this post. Let's try that. Let's see. It's not doing it. It's funny. I just did it with a market report just 10 minutes ago. Crazy. Anyway, uh, posts on Google Business, questions, comments, concerns. Uh, good, yes, no, maybe. Something that you want to explore. If you guys need help with this, just reach out. I'm always happy to answer questions, give you guys some feedback, let you know, whether or not you're on the right track or not, marketing wise. So if any of this didn't make any sense, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, oh, look at that. I did this in under 30 minutes. That was my goal. I was like, I'm gonna burn through this in under 30 minutes. And it worked. I'm doing a Chat GPT class tomorrow. It's an in-person class. It's over at Keller Williams. It's called Humanizing Your AI. So if you wanna be a part of that, go to classes.kfaclub.com and it'll show up there, where you can register. I don't know if I'm going to record that one or not. Uh, thanks, William. I'm probably not going to record that one tomorrow. It's more of a workshop, so I'm going to have the attendees come with a couple of writing samples. We're gonna have ChatGPT identify your brand voice and use it in custom instructions, so that everything you write from this point forward, it's so much easier. And it humanizes, and the output sounds like you, and it knows who you are, and it knows your expertise and everything. It's called custom instructions in ChatGPT. It's probably the best tool on the planet. Uh, I think it's changed everything for me and how I use AI. So anyway, thanks again for coming. And for anybody that missed it or wants to replay, I'll send out a replay of it a little later. But thanks for coming. No questions. That's great. Talk soon, guys.